Story 1, 333, The Thing That Took Her Place. Sana had always felt uneasy about 3:33 a.m. Not 3:30, not 3:35, only exactly 3:33. That time always made her chest tighten. One stormy night in her London flat, the doorbell rang. She checked the security cam. No one was there, just a wet black feather on the mat. The next night, same time, she looked through the peephole. Standing outside was herself, same face, same clothes. But her eyes were pitch black, and her smile was broken and wide. Terrified, Sana bolted the door shut. Then the landline rang. She picked it up, trembling. A voice, low, cracked, whispered, "You're inside now. I'm the one outside." She ran to the mirror in panic, but her reflection was gone. The next morning, police broke down the door after neighbors reported screaming. They found a woman sitting still, gritting eerily at the wall, muttering, "It's 3:33. It's her time now." No ID, just her face, but no O. Story 2, The Doll's Eyes. She watches when you sleep. Ollie bought the doll from a creepy roadside antique shop on a rainy trip through rural Wales. Cracked porcelain face, one eyelash missing. The seller warned, "Keep her company. She gets angry when ignored." Ollie laughed it off and gifted it to his little sister, Huda. That night, Huda whispered, "Ollie, she blinked at me." He thought she was imagining things, until the doll moved. First it was in the hallway, then at the top of the stairs, facing Huda's bedroom. Ollie checked the hallway camera at 2:11 a.m. The footage showed the doll crawling up the stairs, entering Huda's room. He rushed in. Huda was standing perfectly still, clutching the doll, whispering, "She says you're next. She likes your voice better." Ollie tried burning the doll. It screamed. The next morning, both siblings were gone. All that remained were two dolls on the bed, one small and one tall, with Ollie's exact smile paint. P.S. Story 3, Call from the Grave. She never really left. 3 years ago, Hamna lost her best friend Ariba in a devastating car crash. Hamna was driving. She survived. Ariba didn't. Since then, the guilt never left. One night, her phone buzzed, a voicemail from Ariba's number. She pressed play. Static, then sobbing, then a voice. "You promised we'd go together. You lied." Terrified, Hamna blocked the number. The next day, her mirror fogged up with words, "Your seat's still empty." That night, her own reflection waved at her, but she hadn't moved. Panic took over. She ran out, jumped into her car, locked the doors. The radio switched on by itself. Ariba's voice filled the car. "Let's go for one last drive." The next morning, her car was found crashed at the same spot where Ariba died. 2 seatbelts were fastened, but only one body was inside. Story 4, The Clock Rewinds, but not just time. Asan moved into a quiet, old flat in Yorkshire. In the living room stood a grand old clock, ticking in reverse every evening at exactly 4:44 p.m. At first, it felt magical. A broken vase repaired itself. A cut on his hand healed. Even his back pain disappeared. But then, memories started fading. He couldn't remember his mother's voice. Old photos blurred. His own childhood vanished from his mind. He began writing notes, but each morning they were blank. Until one day, he found a cupboard filled with hundreds of old notes, all in his handwriting. They all said the same thing: "Stop the clock before it stops you." That night at 4:44, he stood in front of the clock, and it chimed. He disappeared. Now the flat is empty, but the clock keeps ticking backwards. If you stare long enough into its glass, you'll see a man screaming silently, stuck in time. Story 5, The Mirror, It Watches You Back. Faraz moved into a modern studio flat in Bristol. Everything was perfect, except the bathroom mirror. His reflection had a 1-second delay. always slightly behind. Weird, but manageable. Until one day, it smiled, even though Faraz didn't. Then it moved before him. He covered the mirror. That night, the cover fell off on its own. Faraz saw himself sleeping from the mirror's POV. He ran to the bathroom. His reflection was gone. Then it appeared behind him in the glass. When he turned, no one was there. But in the mirror, his double whispered, "It's my turn now. You stay here." The glass cracked from the inside. Next day, Faraz was found on the floor, frozen in shock, pointing at the mirror. But he couldn't speak, and in that mirror, he still stands, eyes wide open, mouth frozen mid-scream, trapped